Deadline is reporting new details on Regal's long-rumored Regal Unlimited service, and there is at least one little bit of rumored information that could be very, very ugly for the service if it turns out to be true. Hey everyone, this is Kevin T. Rodriguez, film critic of iCritic.net, and we are going to be talking about Regal's rumored unlimited movie pass killer. For those of you who are not aware, Regal is rumored to be secretly planning a movie pass competitor to not only kill off movie pass, but to actually compete with the Cinemark thing and the AMC Stubs A-list. Now, before we go any further, we have to acknowledge that nothing official has been confirmed. Everything that we have talked about before on this channel and everything we're going to talk about in this video are rumors. However, screenshots have leaked about on kiosks that show unlimited options where like the movie ticket is $0. And Deadline, which we are reading this article from, is a fairly reputable source. Well, here's the article right here. And it says Regal Cinemas rating unlimited ticket subscription services. And this is an exclusive, and it has one little bit of information that is fairly new. We didn't know this last time. It still might not be confirmed, but if it's true, boy, is this getting off on the wrong foot. So anyway, here's the article. Sources confirmed to us that Regal's new unlimited movie ticket subscription service is prepping to launch at the end of July in the U.S., which, by the way, that's fairly consistent with the rumors we heard. We heard that it would be launching somewhere around July 15th. Well, if it comes out near the end of July after the summer movie season ends, that would, give them a chance to sell subscription services to people who might not want to see as many movies right away, so that makes a little sense. Details are still being ironed out between the major studios and Regal's parent company, Cineworld, based in London. Here's what we know. There will be 3 tiers of pricing, which will work out to $18, $21, and $24 per month, each granting access to unlimited tickets. Really. While the monthly price of an AMC Stubs A-list movie ticket subscription program varies by state, we hear that Regal's is based on theater location. Those participating in a top tier will have access to any Regal cinema, i.e. from Valencia, California to 42nd Street in New York City, while the lowest tier gets access to about half of the chain's national footprint. Okay? Not terrible. Makes sense. If someone purchases a subscription at a low tier and ventures to an out-of-network Regal in a higher tier, like a major city, there's apt to be a surcharge, not final, but around $2 to $3 on a gratis ticket. That also makes sense. I mean, here's the thing. If they're trying to regionalize this, which, by the way, is kind of what something MoviePass does right now, then it makes sense that, if you venture out of town, you might have to pay a little bit of a surcharge. It just makes sense, especially since New York City. Like, if you were to buy one of these things for, like, say you buy this in Colorado, and it's like $15. It's saying like 18. Let's say it's 15, though, because Colorado isn't as populated as New York, and you travel to New York City, movie tickets are a heck of a lot more expensive. Heck, they're so expensive that I remember when I was in New York City one time, trying to kill time, waiting for Spider-Man Turn Off the Dark on Broadway, I used a Regal ticket pass, one of those premium ones, and they still charged me like $1.50 surcharge, and it was a $1.50 New York City surcharge. So yeah, tickets in New York are very expensive. This would make sense. So let's continue. There's also about 10% cash reductions on concessions for each tier, which are immediate rather than receiving a voucher for the next visit. This makes sense, by the way. It always bothered me that people didn't want to, work with MoviePass. Like, say, MoviePass said, hey, help us out here. And it's like, with MoviePass users, they could have set something up in the app itself, saved 20% off the commissions, Regal or the movie theater could have given like MoviePass 20%, and people would have bought more snacks, but they didn't do that. Anyway, it makes sense that Regal would build that into the app like Cinemark does, because it does encourage more snack buying, and that's where they make their money. And here's the thing, if you're buying a $6 drink, are you really gonna miss the 60 cents when the drink doesn't cost anything? So that makes sense. That also sounds good. It encourages snack buying. I mean, so far the AMC stubs doesn't really encourage too much snack buying outside of the occasional $5, voucher you get. Anyway, but here's where things are going to get ugly. Also, there's buzz that Regal Unlimited subscribers will have to purchase an entire year in advance for the unlimited ticket program. Hence, the tier prices respectively would be $288, $252, and $216. That, I think, would be a non-starter for a lot of people. For a couple of reasons. First of all, I have at least one friend who's been burned twice on paying for the year up front. He paid for a year up front on MoviePass, got burned on that. Then he paid for a year up front with Cinemia, got burned on that. And, here's the thing. $288 is just a lot of money for people to just plop down over. Now, granted, people did do it for both those services. However, it was a little different. MoviePass, to pay for the whole year, cost $100. I think the most it would cost if you got like their red carpet, IMAX with an IMAX ticket and everything was like $150. I think that was the most you were going to pay. At least it was in my area. And Cinemia, you could get like a movie a day for like $350 a year. However, a lot of people sign up for the year on Cinemia, like, oh, this is the next big deal, and they might be very cautious about doing this again. Granted, I don't think Regal's going to renege on this because, Regal is Regal. They're a chain. They're big. They're not a startup. So you're unlikely to lose money if you pay for the year up front. However, I think they should do the year up front if you get like a little discount. Otherwise, let them pay monthly. A lot of people would prefer to pay monthly. And if they do this, it kind of suggests to me that maybe Regal doesn't want you to have this that much. Like, they're kind of like, hey, you know what? We want to keep this out of the average moviegoer's hands, which is a strange position to have because the average moviegoer is who they want to be bringing back into the theater, to be buying snacks, to be seeing movies, and they're going to price the average person out of this. Like, this even sets me back a little bit because I need to get two of these things, one for me and one for Katie, and that's almost $600. We got a wedding and a honeymoon to save for. I'm not going to be able to get this thing for a while. So I probably wouldn't be getting it for a little while. I mean, I think they have to offer me monthly. Now, granted, if they want to do it in a way where it's like, hey, I've got to commit to a year up front, but I get charged monthly, then you know what? That's fine. I'm perfectly okay with that. However, to just ask for an upfront lump payment, it's just a lot of money, and I couldn't do it right away. I don't think the average person could do it right away. And I think the people who could afford it, they might be cautious about doing that because they've been burned twice. Once by MoviePass, once by Cinemia. Now, there is more to this article. At this point in time, it's not clear whether premium venues, IMAX, Dolby 3D, premium large format screens, D-Box, I want to add 40X, will be included in the monthly subscription like it is with AMC's. I'm pretty sure they will be if you get the premium. First of all, it is rumored that that's going to be the case. Also, isn't that the point of the premium? I mean, the three tiers, the way I understand it, at least the way it's rumored, makes sense. The low tier, you can see any 2D movie you want, provided the movie's been out for 2 weeks or more. If you want to see it early, you got to pay a surcharge. The second tier is any 2D movie you want, whether it's been out for 2 weeks or not. And then the third tier is any movie, period. IMAX, 40X, ScreenX, whatever. So that would make sense. I believe that premium formats will be part of it. Maybe they won't throw in 40X. 40X might be a surcharge thing, but hey, if I have a Regal premium pass and I have to pay an extra $5 for 40X, you know what? Fine. I'll do it. But I think that's going to be a thing. Details are still being worked out despite what many might be reading in online chat rooms. So, again, details are being worked out. That might even be why the thing isn't launching this week like it was originally rumored. Maybe they haven't figured it out yet. Maybe they need to tweak it just a little bit more. Regal's new program is specifically aimed at passionate moviegoers who go to the movies well in excess of 2 times a month. While we understand Cineworld isn't making a specific play to dynamite millennials into the multiplex, the popularity of these one-price all-you-can-eat subscription programs a la Netflix is that they're in sync with the under 35 demo spending habits. Not to mention, in a Deadline NRG study back in April, close to half of those polled felt the current monthly price of streaming was just right compared to the 27% who felt the current price of a movie ticket was fair. 33% said the price of streaming was a bargain compared to 15% who felt the price of a movie ticket was still a bargain. So, is there anything else to this article? Oh yeah, there's more. I don't think any of this is super important because this is just like, sharing other plans, the history. So here's the thing. I have really wanted Regal to start one of these things. Ever since Movie Pass, I still have Movie Pass, and I'm probably never going to get rid of it. I'm just maybe blindly loyal to it, and yeah, I'm still technically a shareholder in it. There's no reason to sell the stock. It's worth a little more than $2 at this point. But ever since Movie Pass ended, I definitely wanted Regal to launch a service like AMC. Here's the other thing. If they can do it and Cinemark doesn't, then you know what? Cinemark's pretty much out. I mean, even if Cinemark was to turn around and say, hey, we're going to offer a multi-movie a month, it's too late if Regal does it. I mean, they'd have nothing to offer. Cinemarks rarely have IMAXs or 4DX or ScreenX. They have their XD format, which is okay, but not spectacular. It's not my favorite premium format to see movies in. However, if they actually do intend to charge the full year upfront, that's going to be a big blow. That's going to be a big blow. I mean, I will probably at some point get it, but I can't get it right away. I have to wait a little while, and I think a lot of people will say the same thing. And again, it's interesting that Regal's saying, like, well, we're aiming... If Regal is truly just trying to, gear themselves towards the ultra movie fan, let's hide these articles, why not? Then I think that's not the best direction to go. I mean, yeah, it's nice for us. We'll definitely use it. However, if you've got a subscription service where it's like, hey, you got to pay for a year up front and it's geared towards hardcore movie fans, and then you have a subscription service, which is AMC, where it's like it's geared towards the average moviegoer because you can pay monthly and stuff like that, guess which one's going to do better in the long run? Like, just take a wild guess which one's going to do better. So, yeah, I hope it comes out, and I hope that one aspect isn't true. I mean, the 3-tiered plans make sense. Pay it monthly. I think you've got a real winner in your hand. If you got to pay for a year up front, yeah, I might at some point get it. However, I'm going to have to wait a little while. But now I will pass the question off to you. What do you think? Would you still get the Regal Unlimited if you had to pay for the year up front? Do you not feel comfortable doing that anymore? Are you okay with doing that? I would love to know. So, comment below, like, favorite, share, subscribe. If you enjoy my videos, consider becoming a Patreon member. It's totally optional, of course, but even as little as $1 a month goes a long way to helping the channel run smoothly. You get access to my Patreon's exclusive blog. And as always, flame responsibly. Have a good one.